From the studios of Farm Journal Broadcast, this is U.S. Farm Report.
We're onward to Orlando this weekend, where the city is filled with cowboy boots and cowboy hats for the 2024 CattleCon. And as the cattle industry gathered here in Florida this week for the annual convention, here's what's in store over the next 60 minutes. Where's the beef? USDA shows the lowest cattle herd since 1951 as the U.S. cattle herd continues to shrink.
We have gotten smaller than we intended to be, smaller than we need to be from a market standpoint, and I think that's going to be where we jump off to think about where we go from here.
While building this herd back may face more roadblocks than a decade ago.
I think we're still looking at late 2026 at the earliest before we see any potential for increased beef production.
As we explore the state of the cattle industry. And calving in the cold produced one unexpected miracle in Minnesota. That and more coming up this weekend on U.S. Farm Report.
U.S. Farm Report, presented by Pioneer. What's next happens when the name on a cap matches the power of one's purpose. Pioneer. What's next happens here.
Well, we're bringing you the show from the cattle industry's largest event of the year in Orlando, Florida. CattleCon 2024 seeing thousands of cattlemen and cattlewomen from across the country pouring into the convention center. From education workshops to market and policy discussions to inspirational speakers, the Cattlemen's Beef Association trade show also took place, and the entire value chain on hand this week in Florida. And they had a lot of ground to cover this week after receiving new numbers from USDA about the size of the U.S. cattle herd. USDA releasing its biannual cattle inventory estimates, putting the total of all cattle and calves as of January 1st at 87.2 million head. That's 2% below the same time last year. All cows and heifers that have calved sits at 37.6 million head, also down 2%. Beef cows at 28.2 million head, again down 2%. All this setting up the tightest beef cattle market in more than 60 years.